I'm reviewing this is because it does have a regeneration in it. The thing I will remember from 2013 in Doctor Why, hello YouTube, and welcome to what is another Doctor Who Regeneration review. So, today I'm reviewing Doctor Who, The Day of the Doctor, the 50th anniversary special, directed by Nick Hurren and written by Stephen Moffat, starring Matt Smith, David Tennant, Jenna Coleman and John Hurt. So, the features of this one include Doctor Who Explained, Behind the Scenes, and 2 minisodes and a trailer. The 2 minisodes are obviously The Night of the Doctor, which is the prequel with Paul McGann, where we see the 8th Doctor get his regeneration into this Doctor here, the War Doctor. So, the season 7 finale, the name of the Doctor, ended on the cliffhanger with "Who's this Doctor here?" An unknown Doctor, which was played by John Hurt. Now, we don't know exactly who he were, but we wondered for months and months until the 14th of November, where the Night of the Doctor interactively aired, explaining the regeneration from the 8th Doctor to the War Doctor, and also us finally giving him, well, he's not really the Doctor in that life. He didn't call himself the Doctor in that life. In that life, he called himself by his real name, whatever that is, but we don't know. All we know is he used to be the Doctor, but he's fighting in a war, so that's why they call him the War Doctor, played by the great John Hurt. So, in this, the Doctor has to face his past to save his future. He ends up getting called by Kate Stewart of UNIT to go and into the art gallery that he is the curator of. Queen Elizabeth I made him the curator of it, a gallery hidden in the Tower of London. So the Doctor gets taken to this gallery and sees Time Lord art. It's fixated around one painting called Gallifrey Falls, or another name for it, No More. The Doctor has visions of this and remembers the Doctor who he wanted to forget, the War Doctor. We also see that he had a relationship with Queen Elizabeth I, which finally ties the loose end to the ending of the Shakespeare Code. And we find that the Doctor used to be married to the 10th Doctor, and we have the 10th Doctor in it. The 10th Doctor and the 11th Doctor meet, and they both all happy to see one another. The 10th Doctor wears a fez that the 11th Doctor throws into this vortex, and the 11th Doctor, the War Doctor, receives it as well. And then they all meet up in Elizabethan England, where the Doctor and Queen Elizabeth I are getting hitched. And witnesses at their wedding was the War Doctor, the 11th Doctor, and Clara, witnessing his own wedding. For the 11th Doctor it had already happened, for the War Doctor it is yet to happen. The War Doctor is like all disbelieving, like going, "You're my future selves? Am I having a midlife crisis?" But yeah, there's a lot of comedy in it between the Doctors whenever they're squabbling, and I like that, how it happens and that. We haven't had 3 Doctors come together since the 10th anniversary, the 3 Doctors. And we haven't had any Doctors clash since Time Crash. And before that, the 2 Doctors, and before the 2 Doctors, the 5 Doctors, before the 5 Doctors, the 3 Doctors. So, the Doctors meeting, I just enjoyed it. It's not Doctor Who, it's not a Doctor Who celebration special, unless we have the Daleks, and they deliver on that. The Daleks make their appearance. We actually go into the Time War, so it ties all the loose ends from the modern era. We finally find out what the Bad Wolf is, because well, Billie Piper, she comes into it, but not in the role of Rose. She's playing a different role. She's playing the Moment, a weapon that the Doctor used to put the Time Lords in the time lock. And the Moment took the shape of someone from the War Doctor's future, which was Rose. But yeah, she wasn't playing Rose in it, she was the Moment. So the Moment, only the War Doctor could see her, and she was talking in riddles and stuff. And that... And then... And then the War Doctor at the end, you know, the 10th and the 11th Doctor come to the War Doctor and are like, you don't have to do this alone. So they're like, they're ready to push the button. But of course, then they come up with an idea. What if they can take Gallifrey out of the Time War and put it into a time lock, a pocket universe? But the Time Lords and that say it'll take centuries to work out, but the Doctor, he'd been working on it his entire lives. Going back in time to tell the first Doctor to start it, and it's passing on to Doctor, and then next thing, all the Doctors, all 13, including Capaldi's Doctor, all come together and take Gallifrey out of the Time War, unaware, not knowing if this is, if they did it or not, or at least failing doing the right thing. And well, we know what happened, and yes, it was a blast, a total blast. But yeah, the Doctors all returned to their time zones. Of course, they would have no memory of the encounter because of the timelines lapsing. But the War Doctor, he, at the end, he was like, thanks to you, I'm the Doctor again. But of course, by the time he became the Doctor again, his body had wore out, and he started to regenerate. Now, yeah, this is... The reason why I'm reviewing this is because it does have a regeneration in it. The thing I will remember from 2013 in Doctor Who is it had 3 regenerations. The 8th Doctor, the War Doctor, and the 11th Doctor. And Peter Capaldi's Doctor made a very quick appearance in it. We saw his eyes look to the... flip a lever and look up to the camera with those eyes. I going, the 12th Doctor? We even had a quick glimpse of Christopher Eccleston going for my next trick. And we all had... every Doctor that we could think of was in there. Just for a moment. They all had cameos. And I liked it. We even heard the first Doctor say, calling from Gallifrey and that. So it was great to have all the Doctors in there. So yeah, the War Doctor began to regenerate at the end. And he was like, oh, of course, I suppose it all makes sense. Wearing a bit thin. I do hope that the ears are a little less conspicuous this time. As his hands start to glow, then he started to glow. Then he came out in beams and we could see it. We never actually saw the full transition, but we could see him beginning to turn into the 9th Doctor before it cut abruptly like that. Now, I don't know why they couldn't get Christopher Eccleston in. I don't know why Christopher Eccleston just wouldn't take a few hours or so of his time just to do that scene. I could see going, oh, new ears and stuff. And, I don't know why they couldn't have just CGI'd his face in. Maybe it was budget problems, I don't know. But still, it tied the loose ends and it went back to Series 1 for the War Doctor. So that served as a prequel to the new Who. Because the 50th anniversary sort of took us out of the classic. It sort of connected the old and the classic and the new era of Doctor Who together by having the 8th Doctor have his regeneration, his long-deserved one. And by having the War Doctor eventually regenerate into the 9th Doctor, it was great, I enjoyed it. And that was the Doctor's 9th regeneration. So there we were in 2005 thinking we'd witnessed the 9th regeneration, when in fact it was the 12th. So, yes, Doctor Who, the Day of the Doctor. So, also we have the return of the Zygons in the 50th anniversary special. And then they come back in Series 9, of course. So yeah, Doctor Who, The Day of the Doctor. It's the second part of a Doctor trilogy, starting with The Name of the Doctor, which was the Season 7 finale, followed by The Day of the Doctor, then The Night of the Doctor. And The Night of the Doctor I will review, and that'll be the last episode I'll review. That's the one I'll review. But we got the 9th and 10th Doctor regenerations to come yet. So yeah, that being said, I'm going to give Doctor Who, The Day of the Doctor, I'm going to give it 5. 5 Time War Daleks out of 5. So that's been my review on Doctor Who, The Day of the Doctor. So yes, Until next time, goodbye friends, goodbye. What did you think to it? Comment down below. See ya! Oh yes, don't forget to click down below to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Also, you can follow me up on social media, Facebook, Twitter, so you can stay up to date with me and see what I get up to outside of the YouTube world. So yeah, be sure to do all that. Shh.